Hi everybody, Tom here to talk about the new feature we're about to roll out into Choir Genius 4, which is music learning. Now, if you used to use Choir Genius 3, or if you still do, you will recognize that as a feature we've had for a long time. And in fact, this is one of the last things that people still using version 3 were waiting for before they migrated to the newest and latest. So the team's been working hard on this. We designed it, we implemented it, we tested it. It's going to roll out in the next week. It's currently the middle of August, so we should have it within a few days. And we're super excited. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at what this feature actually looks like. Right now I am logged in as Carol, and Carol is a regular member, and so she has the simplified menu down here. Here's a block that shows My Music Learning. If you click on that, it's going to go to her music page. You can also get there by clicking straight on the music page. And that shows Carol's status on each of the songs assigned to her. This set list is not turned on for music learning, which we'll get to when we look at it from an admin perspective. And Carol can click on these and say, okay, I'm in progress on this, right? Or she can even go and change this one to ready for assessment, and so forth. So that's how that works. So the interface here on the member side is very, very simple. You can also see it here on the My Music page, which shows which set list and all of that. It works the same way. You click and then you can make a little edit. And so let's move over to looking at it from an admin perspective. There's a little bit more here. So how do you set things up? So first of all, you'll notice this new Manage Music Learning, which gives you this whole grid of everybody who is selected and all the pieces in the set list that is selected. And there's also a table. And this shows all the details. So you can get from here to editing everything, including the voice part override if you want to. But if we just look at the more simple situation here, and we go back to Manage Music Learning, we'll look at the grid. Anywhere on here, you as the admin can also change what this is going to say. So maybe you can say approved. You notice that Carol can't say it's approved because it's set up that way right now. And that's because as an admin, you can go in and do a couple of different things. The first one, let's look under vocabularies and look at the music learning status vocabulary. Here is where you can determine which statuses are available to regular people. So right now it's set so approved is only for leaders. And that's a pretty normal thing. Of course, these are all editable. You can add more terms. You can change the order. All of that is possible. I would do that before you get started and not in the middle, because all the scores are going to get potentially muddled up if you change one status from being first to being last or something like that. I would set this before you get started, and that's the safest way to do it. Also here, there is the possibility, if you don't want to do this at all, just to turn off music learning entirely. What else is there to see here? When you're editing a set list, let's see, this one's got learning off, this one's got learning turned on. There's a new setting in here that shows enable music learning, like for this particular set list. And that way you can have some set lists where you don't track it and some where you do, and that's going to be, I'm sure, a necessary and popular feature. There's a bunch of places where you can see the averages. So on my homepage, if I'm looking at music learning by set list, I'm seeing the average for everybody. And if I click here, I can see the averages are there, and my own individual status is here. If I click on that, I'm going to see all the individual music learning records for this piece of music. And I think that's about it. So we'll leave it at that for now. I hope you really enjoy this feature. Once again, people are moving pretty quickly over from G3 to G4 these days, and there's so many major improvements in G4 that I would recommend that. In fact, it might wind up costing you less as well if you're on G3. The whole pricing model has changed. So go to www.choirgenius.com and look at the pricing page and check things out. If you want to move, just let us know and we'll work it out. Thanks again and have a lovely day.